Bring on the drama, bring on the fun. It's the final match day for the Jägermeister Cup group stage. For Spokane Velocity and Sacramento Republic, it's the visitors who can guarantee a spot in the quarterfinal with all 3 points, but it's far from a guarantee. It should be a fascinating night of soccer in the Pacific Northwest. To understand the full picture, let's take a look at the Group 1 standings. It's important to note the tiebreakers. First, it's head-to-head, so if Sacramento get the win tonight, they will jump ahead of Las Vegas, but they got to look over their shoulders because Monterey Bay, who kick off at 11 o'clock, if they get more goals, that means they will flip-flop. It's very complicated, but it's a competition that has been a bit of a struggle for Spokane, who started Jaeger Cup play with a bang. They beat Oakland Roots in match week 1, but since then lost 2 in a row. Haven't scored in those 2 games either. They are mathematically out of the competition, but it's been the league that Lee Wiedemann has focused on. They have been beyond excellent in USL League One. They've been top of the league since the 8th week of the season. They've scored plenty of goals, but it's the defense which has been absolutely superb. They have the best goals allowed per game and most clean sheets in the league as well. But their opponents have arguably been even better defensively. They were impenetrable through the first 2 games of Jägermeister Cup, with Sacramento Republic winning 1-0 against Aviolta and 4-0 in match week 2 against Las Vegas. However, a last-minute winner against Orange County in match week 3 threw a spanner in the works. Sacramento must find the back of the net tonight to get through to the quarterfinals. You do fancy them, however. They've kept 5 clean sheets in the last 7 games in all competitions, conceding just twice in that time. In the Jägermeister Cup, only San Antonio FC have been better defensively. Coach Neil Collins' trademark defense continues to be one of the best out there and hardest to break down in all of USL. Can Spokane Velocity, however, spoil the party for Sacramento once Spokane Stadium is rocking and ready to go? I hope you're as excited for this one as I am. We've got kickoff and lineups next.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too, for part 2 of their inaugural season. You could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at one Spokane stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit uslspokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with $3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Jägermeister is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the USL Jägermeister Cup. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting tournament all year long. Please drink responsibly. Let's take a look at the starting 11 for the home side, brought to you by Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Coach Lehman Lee Wiedman, excuse me, makes 5 changes to the side that lost 3-0 at Chattanooga last week. Ryan Bilichuk makes just his 2nd start of the season in goal, while Masango Akali, Ishjom, and Lucky Opara also come into the side. For Sacramento, Neil Collins has stuck to his guns just that little bit more. He makes just 2 changes to the side, held to a scoreless draw against Lexington. The biggest of note is Jared Mazzola makes his 4th straight start in the Jägermeister Cup in between the sticks, and Christian Pajaro comes into the side in hopes of finding the goals for Republic FC. The Jägermeister Cup group stage has been full of goals, upsets, and all in all, good fun. But it's time to get that little bit more serious. There's a bit more on the line tonight. The final group stage match for Spokane and Sacramento, moments away. For Sacramento, they have to win. There's no other ways about it. They must win tonight to get through to the quarterfinals. Nick Ross, the Scotsman, ready at the center circle to get us underway from One Spokane Stadium in beautiful Spokane, Washington. Referee Brad Jensen blows his whistle and gets us underway. Spokane in their home blues against Sacramento in their traditional maroon reds. Sacramento sitting 4th in the USL Championship, 2nd in Group 1 in the Jägermeister Cup standings going into the game tonight. Here are keys to the game presented by Ford. For Spokane, it's about being clinical in the box. They have been brilliant in getting those crosses in. It's just about finding the back of the net. Struggled to find goals in the last 2 Jägermeister Cup games. For Sacramento, it's about being selective and breaking down a Spokane defense that has also been excellent in their own right. They have really held their own against championship opposition. Big reason for that is the likes of Cameron Miller and David Garcia, 2 centre-backs for Spokane Velocity, who have been superb, played almost every single game together, and the partnership that Coach Lee Wiedman has relied on massively this season. And has been a successful one, but you have to say for Sacramento, they also have a formidable partnership. The 3 centre-backs, Lee Desmond, Jared Timmer, and Freddie Kleeman. Those 3 centre-halves have been also fantastic. For Coach Lee Wiedman, it's about bouncing back from what has been a really difficult week, he says, a strange week overall. Gave the players an extra day off after, on paper, 2 back-to-back wins, 2 back-to-back 3-0 losses, but need a little bit of context there. As the Westchester game, they won 3-2, but then had to forfeit later on. However, the 3-0 thrashing they had against Chattanooga on Saturday, that was definitely not a forfeit, that was outright. And the first big speed bump of the season for a Spokane team that have looked pretty much unstoppable, it has to be said. They've also been brilliant at home. Haven't lost at home in all competitions since the 22nd of March against FC Naples, and went on an unbelievable 12-game unbeaten run in the league. And on the front foot early on. Nicely cut out, however, by Lee Desmond. Here come Republic the other way. This one's cut out by Garcia. You could see quite the matchup for 2 teams that, like I mentioned, have been so good defensively, but it's about finding goals. And Sacramento maybe have found it a little bit more difficult than their opponents. Spokane have got 22 goals on the season in the league. That's the 5th most. Nicely won, however, by Jack Gurr. First iteration of the Jägermeister Cup, where you have both USL teams, Championship and League One teams, and this is a major concern here on the near side as Jack Gurr is down for Sacramento. He's played in every single match this season, bar 1. Republic FC, and this is a major concern for Neil Collins. Neil Collins in his first full season as head coach of Sacramento, his 7th season in the championship overall. Here are reported injuries brought to you by Kinetic Chiropractic, a modern approach to chiropractic care. The two big ones that have been reported for Spokane is Pierre Reedy out with a hip injury, along with Jack Denton out with a leg problem as well for tonight. Thankfully for Neil Collins, an injury to his blue chip right wing back would have been of major concern. A position that has been so important for Sacramento this season. Playing that 3 at the back formation with the wing backs. Michel Benitez on the left side. You see him right at the top of your screen. And also with Jack Gurr playing at right wing back. A system pioneered in the mid-2010s for the likes of Antonio Conte. Those remember those Chelsea sides in the Premier League. It's a fascinating system, and it's been so useful. And it's actually one that both teams are using today. Ryan Bilichuk gets his first touches on the ball this afternoon, making just his 2nd start of the season. It's his first season up in the Pacific Northwest, but he knows this area all too well. He was signed from Portland Timbers too, and see what he can do in the Spokane net tonight. Here's Lewis from midfield for Spokane. Oprah, ball over the top. Luis Hill was the intended target. It's John Brown. Lewis. Hill tries to flick it over the top. Couple big Sacramento centre-backs in his way. Jared Mazzola in goal for Sacramento. He has been the go-to man in between the sticks in the Jägermeister Cup for Sacramento. Danny Vitiello is the league goalkeeper, has played 16 games for Sacramento in the championship. Say, having 2 #1 level starters for Sacramento is certainly a nice problem to have. Something that Neil Collins told me this week, that there's a little bit of the communication with his goalkeeper coach, Bradley Johnson, and it's a little bit more difficult with the goalkeeping position. There's only one on the pitch. Comparatively, if you had 2 starting caliber attackers, you could work their way into the lineup. Can't really do that with goalkeepers. Jome, long ball over the top. Nico Brett was the intended target. Spokane causing a few problems early. Both teams really feeling each other out in the early stages. Collins, the Scotsman, has had a fantastic managerial career, even at the age of 41. Started his managerial career with the Tampa Bay Rowdies. Made it to the Eastern Conference Finals 3 years in a row, and quite the pickup for Sacramento this season as they make the push towards the Western Conference playoffs. Shot from distance from Lewis. Sails over the crossbar, first shot of the evening. Andre Lewis, that's Lucky Oprah, who let that one rip, he's had yet to get on the score sheet this season. Making his 2nd start in the cup. Here's Lucky Oprah, who someone that can play right centre back, but can also push his way into midfield. He's more of the roaming centre back in this Spokane system. Cicerone brought down, plays the free kick quickly. Switch to the right side for Gurr. Sacramento moving closer to the Spokane penalty area. Here's Timmer. Morano dispossessed by Masango Akali, who's come into the side, making his first start in the Jägermeister Cup this season. Maybe slightly deeper than he's used to. He's normally an out-and-out left winger. Here's Jack Gurr. Options at the far post. That's all the way there, and it's into the back of the net. Michel Benitez flies in at the back post, and Sacramento have an early and precious lead. He grabs his second goal in the competition, and a vital one for Sacramento. Jack Gurr, fantastic ball in. Catches the entire Spokane defense unawares. A little bit of a heel touch from Michel Benitez. And that changes things in Group 1. All of a sudden, Sacramento are now first. I mentioned at the beginning, it's complicated, but Sacramento needed to score, and they have done. Thing is, Sacramento, they may be up by 1, but they're going to want at least another. Because once Monterey Bay kicks off at the top of the hour, Monterey Bay will know what is going on over here. Back down in California, they're going to know the target that they're aiming for. Competition, though, it has to be said. Both coaches were very positive when it came to the style of the competition, the ability to play other teams and test different styles. And in a league that's growing exponentially in the last 24 months or so, it is fantastic to have a brand new competition like this. The USL on ESPN2 winds down July with 2 conference matchups between teams fighting to stay in the playoff rage. Watch July 29th at 7 p.m. for an Eastern Conference matchup between Pittsburgh Riverhounds and Miami FC. And on Wednesday, July 30th at 10 p.m. Eastern in the Western Conference, Orange County take on Phoenix Rising, both on ESPN2. Morano brought down 30 yards from goal. Carly is the guilty party. And an opportunity in a very promising position for Sacramento. A little too handsy there from the 23-year-old from Minnesota. Carly, who his first full season with the club, joined back in June last year. It'll be Rodrigo Lopez, the 37-year-old, who stands over this one, wearing the captain's armband tonight. Who has been an amazing servant, not just to Sacramento, but all of USL Championship. Great from a dead ball as well. That one's crossed towards the back post, and a little bit too heavy there this time. Wasn't really troubling Ryan Bilichuk in the Spokane net too much. Go out of play. was kept in play, and the flag stays down on the left-hand side. Cicerone. Cicerone, long diagonal cross, a little bit heavy this time. Scan now, and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you, Caruso's The Burger Dock, Flat Stick Pub, TT's Barbecue, Casa Tap House, IHOP, and Method Juice Cafe. Just under a quarter of an hour gone from One Spokane Stadium. In Spokane, Washington, Nicholas Whaley with you. It's the visitors in front. Lone goal, Michelle Benitez. The 10th minute. Great ball over the top, however, for Nico Brett, but he was in an offside position. And Spokane, even though they don't have anything to play for when it comes to the Jägermeister Cup, considering the week that they've had, certainly it would be a big momentum and pride booster, really, to take it to Sacramento. Now being a goal behind, it makes it so difficult. .509 Syndicate, however, in full voice. Can they rally their team back on level terms? It is Sacramento on the attack. Lopez switched to the left-hand side. Here is the goal scorer, Benitez. Sacramento, a team that have enjoyed possession as of late, had 60% of it in their most recent league game against Lexington. Back on scoreless after 90 minutes. Couldn't find the back of the net last Saturday. Certainly will have already done better today. Lopez. Benitez. Cicerone. Brilliant switch to Jack Gurr. Timmer. First time cross. Deflects off the arm of Musango Akali, and yet another free kick. Looked too far away from him, and yeah, maybe that's a little bit harsh. Akali's arm was as close to his body as he could even possibly be. But in the end, referee Brad Jensen has given the free kick, and a free kick that we had from a very similar position just a few moments ago. This time, got Rodrigo Lopez and Michelle Benitez standing over it. Who will take it this time? It will be Lopez again. That one's curling to the back post. It stays in play this time. It goes off of Jared Timmer for the goal kick. Let's take a look at it once again. All the way to the back door, and maybe a little bit too heavy once again from Lopez. Well defended by Siobhan John Brown. Here's the 509 Syndicate, the supporters group for Spokane Velocity, and they've certainly been enjoying their time at One Spokane Stadium this season. Like I mentioned, we've only lost once at home in the league. 4-4-1 in total. Their home ground, this fantastic new facility with 5,000 capacity can be expanded up to 10,000. The location is fantastic as well, right in the middle of the city. It's getting a bit physical out there. Pirano gets dispossessed, and Spokane build quickly, counter-attack. Luis Hill. Great long ball over the top. Brown with good control. Lewis. Back to John Brown. His deflected cross. It is a corner. For just about the second time in this game Spokane have crept their way into Sacramento territory. It will be Luis Hill who will take the corner kick. Spokane haven't had many of those in Jägermeister Cup. They've only had 6. They've averaged just 2 a game in the competition. Whipped in by Hill towards the back post. Fernandez. Lewis! Oh, off the post! Comes out to Hill. Lots of space. Luis Hill! Back out to the top of the area. And deflected wide. Spokane inches away from leveling it. First time shot from Lewis. It was powerful, but just the wrong side of the post. And Luis Hill with the rebound, it was deflected. And thankfully for Sacramento, the attack peters out a little in the end. What a goal that would have been. What a wake-up call. Now Sacramento turning away is Pirano. Herrera. Out wide to Jack Gurr. Cross to the area. It was another dangerous one. Cameron Miller had to get the header clear. A shot from the edge of the area. Sails high and wide from Rodrigo Lopez. A frantic opening 20 minutes. It really has. But it's been fun. That's what this competition has been all about. Andre Lewis. John Brown. Spokane haven't had much of the ball in the opening 21 minutes, but it has to be fair that they've really made the most of it when they've had it. Here's Joe. Cameron Miller. This is the thing about Sacramento Republic. They are stubborn and difficult to break down. It's something that Neil Collins has mastered in his managerial career so far. And with the goal coming so early on, Sacramento maybe can sacrifice a little bit of that attacking prowess. Good defending. Jared Timmer wins the goal kick. Windermere Foundation is thrilled to welcome our charity of the month. It's more than a home, it's a way to get back. Please visit our website, www.windermerefoundation.com. Cicerone inside. David Garcia had to make a defensive action. He's calling for the goal kick. It will be a Sacramento corner. Very quick build-up. Nice ball over the top by Benitez. And Garcia had to be there to make the intervention. Lopez will stand over the corner kick. That one's to the near post. Header goes all the way back out wide. Now Jack Gurr. He floats it to the back post. Header back across goal. Cameron Miller was up there. Ball's back in, and the header from Kleeman goes over the bar. Sacramento getting closer again. Getting closer to that second. Good second ball back into the penalty area. Freddie Kleeman, who's yet to score this season for Sacramento, nearly found it. The USL on the CBS Sports Network wraps up July with a championship showdown in the Eastern Conference. Hartford Athletic take on one of the Western Conference's top performers in New Mexico United on Wednesday, July the 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Network. Fernandez. Good press on the right-hand side of Pirano. It's just past the halfway point of this first half. It is still Sacramento in front and still top of the Jägermeister Group 1 standings. They may need another one. It is so complicated in the way the Jägermeister Cup standings are at the moment, and who's ahead, who's got the tiebreakers. We've already seen a bunch of drama tonight. But with this and the game later on in Monterey Bay and AV Alta, those are the last two of the night, both affecting Group 1. Will make things very interesting. It is Michel Benitez's goal in the 10th minute, the difference so far. The Spokane have hit the post after a fantastic effort from Andre Lewis. But it rattled off the woodwork. So it remained 1-0. Sacramento have won the third most balls in the final third per game, so we're going to have to be very careful when building out to the back. Those three forwards, Cicerone, Pirano, and Herrera, will be right on their heels. Here's John Brown. Luis Hill on the right-hand side. Got Brett waiting in the middle. Comes out to Lewis. Everyone behind the ball for Sacramento. Jome. Up against Jack Kerr. It's Jome. Gets the ball into the area. Header away by Desmond was vital. Back into the area by Akali. Turns it over. And here comes Sacramento down the left-hand side. Benitez. Cicerone. Spokane getting numbers back. Slowing the attack down. Spokane have to be careful whenever the ball goes out to one of Sacramento's wingbacks. Whether it's the left foot of Benitez or the right foot of Jack Gurr, it is so dangerous. Here is Benitez, the header from Cicerone. Ball was slightly behind him on that occasion. It was headed wide. Just saying how good the balls from the wingbacks are. Prime example of it right there. Lewis resets back to his centre-back Cameron Miller, 25-year-old Washington native who's in his second season with Spokane. So 3 seasons at Western Washington, just down the road. It's a good time to talk about Elite Minds. Time to unlock your mind, unlock your game, and visit their website today, eliteminds.com. Get to scan the QR code down below on your screen. Take you right to the Elite Minds website. Flick from Joe. Carly couldn't keep it in play. It's Jome putting a little bit of sauce on that one. Very nicely done. It's Jome, the Blaine, Minnesota native, who's 30 years of age in his second full season with Spokane. Plays college soccer at UC Santa Barbara. 3 and a bit hours or so from Sacramento. There's one thing that both of these sides would agree, and both of these fan bases would agree, is that West Coast is best coast. That's what's been good about Jägermeister Cup as well. The groups have been geographically assigned, and that's been fun to see some of the local teams that have been that are closer to each other. Group 1, like Fayetteville, Monterey Bay, Orange County as well. These two also facing each other for the first time. Both teams getting physical, and that time it will be a foul against Sacramento. So Cicerone penalized. He's not too happy about that one. 31-year-old. The initial challenge from, it looked like it was Carly on that occasion. That wasn't called. Switch from Fernandez. Oprah runs into traffic, and that has been the problem for Spokane in this game so far. Trying to build out of the back, haven't been too successful against a Sacramento team that's been excellent. Once again, Christian Perano put on skates. He actually wins it back here, however. Perano skips away from Fernandez. Herrera. Benitez running down the left-hand side, comes onto it. Now Lopez. Jared Timmer. Jack Gurr. Sides to rotate. Timmer's cross to the back post, and the header from Herrera was free, but he was in an offside position. And the chance will fizzle out in the end for Sacramento. Sacramento so dangerous on those floating crosses. He had lots of space, did Sebastian Herrera, the Colombian. Referee put the flag up anyways. Lumberbeard Brewing is proud to be the preferred craft brewery partner for USL Spokane. Visit our downtown tasting room for expertly brewed craft beer and food at 25 East 3rd Avenue. Open 7 days a week. All over the top by Lewis. Here is John Brown. Brown's cross to the middle. It's cut out nicely by Lee Desmond. It was a critical one as well. And it will be the second corner for Spokane. Siobhan John Brown put Benitez on the floor. And the cross, he had two options in the center. This is the ICCU corner kick, your financial success fan club. Taken by Louise Hill. Into the penalty area. No one's cleared away by Perano. Lewis will throw it in all the way back to his goalkeeper. Andre Lewis, who makes his 55th appearance for Spokane Velocity. That is tied, or was tied, I should say, with Derek Waldeck. Now he has taken sole possession of the club's all-time appearance leader. Andre Lewis, the Jamaican, signed from Championship side Hartford Athletic last season. Hit 3 caps for the Jamaican national team as well. Has had a fantastic career here in the United States. Was drafted 7th overall back in 2014. Just over 10 minutes to go in the first half from One Spokane Stadium. Nicholas Whaley still with you. One goal coming from Michel Benitez, who's on the ball now. In the 10th minute, can he help make it 2 for Sacramento? It's deflected! Bilichuk was scrambling, and Cameron Miller had to clear Spokane's lines. Michel Benitez got the better of Oprah. Oprah got a foot on that cross, and that's what caused all the chaos in the 6-yard box. Both teams have come close to that second goal of the night. Spokane did hit the post via Andre Lewis at the 20th minute or so, and then that has been the closest Sacramento has come to the second. What a ball by Cicerone! Benitez, his touch just got away from him. It was a fantastic ball by Russell Cicerone. Now Lopez. Cicerone wanted to play Benitez in behind again. That was a fantastic ball. The Michigan left winger. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big league, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Well, the first 20 minutes of this game were quite frantic. Last 15 or so have been maybe a little bit more stale, but Sacramento hoping to change that. They would like to at least get another goal, despite the fact they are top of the Group 1 standings as it stands. They do have the head-to-head advantage over Las Vegas, who they beat 4-0 in match week 2. Because they dropped of that crucial game against Orange County, it was a 95th minute winner by Pedro Guimaraes. That's really put a spanner in the works. Sacramento in the Jägermeister Cup. It's not that they don't control their own destiny, they do, but it is about that other game in Monterey Bay. That one's crossed to the back post. Comes out to Jome. Lewis at the edge of the area. It's a good block. Fernandez from distance. Safely in the hands of Mazzola. Spokane, it's fair to say they've had a couple opportunities, especially from long distance. Jome smartly laid it off. Andre Lewis, who's hit the post already tonight, and then Colin Fernandez. Just not enough venom behind that left-footed effort. Fernandez, good ball. Here's John Brown. It's bred in behind and scores for Spokane. But the flag is up. Nico Brett was off to celebrate, but then looked over to his right and saw that the flag was up. Let's take a look at it once again, and just, and I mean just, in an offside position. It was a fantastic finish from the 33-year-old. Sacramento keep their lead. Low cross from Gurr. Safely collected by Bilichuk. Well, a hectic last 5 minutes, it has to be said. Both teams have woken up. Carly brought down. Six minutes plus stoppage time to go in the opening 45 from One Spokane Stadium. Spokane Velocity down 1-0. Sacramento have the goal that they need. But can Spokane equalize before the break? Oprah collects the ball from an offside position. And you have to say a little bit of a careless mistake from the Spokane fullback there. And for Spokane, this is a game which is a bit perplexing, considering that they cannot progress no matter what the result. But Coach Lee Wiedman said that naturally the pride is always there for a game like this. I think considering who we're playing, it takes it to another level, and it gives everyone a boost considering the week that we've had. And it's important to consider that there is quite a bit of pride on the line for Spokane, and it's not that anyone doubts them, it's far from it. Certainly would like to get back to winning ways after a very weird week and a half, it has to be said. They've come close to the Sacramento net, hit the post. I found the back of the net just moments ago, but the flag was up against Nico Brett. Cerrone looking to turn. It was well won by Miller. Miller over the top. It's kept in by Oprah. Oprah looking for Nico Brett running in behind, but it's cut out by Kleeman. Jacko keeps it in on the near side. Spokane are getting closer. They have been very expansive down the flanks. It's where they're most dangerous, it has to be said. Siobhan John Brown has been excellent on the right this season. He has been critical in their success so far this season. Cicerone's cross to the near post. Ball went through the head of Sebastian Herrera. And Spokane have to force it behind for the corner. Ryan Bilichuk, just his second start of the season. Attended Elon University and was drafted 44th by Portland Timbers in 2023. Just his first season with Spokane. Nicely won by Colin Fernandez. Spokane can't counter. 2.5 minutes to go in the opening 45 minutes. Michelle Benitez's goal in the 10th minute, the difference maker so far. And for Sacramento, it is a valuable goal, to say the least. It's also the complications of the wild card of who has the most goals of all the second place teams, and that's where things get very complicated. Because Monterey Bay, since they haven't played yet, we don't know. Nico Brett in behind, and the flag is up. Third time today that Spokane have been caught just ahead of the Sacramento back line. Nico Brett for the second time in the last 5 minutes. Sacramento play quickly. Jack Gurr, who got the assist for the opening goal. Nick Ross, Cerrone. Pirano. Brought down. Referee blows his whistle, it's a free kick, and now that is a very promising position for Sacramento, especially considering they've got Rodrigo Lopez, who has been excellent from a dead ball in his career. David Garcia pleading the case to referee Brad Jensen. Maybe slightly too far out to go for goal, but in many respects, you never know. Rodrigo Lopez is the one putting the ball down. Michel Benitez stands over it. Because this is so central, you have to say the left or the right foot would be beneficial. Maybe the right foot would be better. Still having conversations. Maybe Garcia still trying to understand the decision. But no matter. The free kick will happen. 4 in the wall for Spokane. Bilichuk stands just to the left of his goal. And it looks like with certainty it will be Lopez. Lopez strikes, it hits the wall. Still in the air, the header from Timmer. Comes out wide, Pirano. His cross to the area, the header. Down from Lee Desmond. Collected by Ryan Bilichuk. It was a nice ball in from Christian Pirano. And Lee Desmond, he really got up there for the header. As we are into the 45th minute of this first half. Can Spokane get the equalizer before the break? Here's Lewis. Back out wide to John Brown. Nearly gets it taken off of him by Benitez. Oprah. Cross to Hill, who's waiting. Comes all the way back out to Joe. Tries to flick his way past Jack Gurr, but gives away the foul after he lost the ball. 2 minutes of added time to end this first half. Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Book your stay today at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Zola sends it long. Can Sacramento double the lead before the break? Miller sends it forward. One last attack maybe for Spokane. John Brown. Here's Oprah. Lewis looked to be running down the right-hand side. Oprah over the top for Luis Hill. Luis Hill tried to cross it back into the area where Lewis was waiting. But Brad Jensen will call a halt on proceedings. And we will go into the break. Michel Benitez with a brilliant header at the back post to give Sacramento a lead inside 10 minutes. And that is the difference maker. It puts Sacramento at the top of Group 1 in the Jägermeister Cup, but there's still 45 minutes left to come. The drama is far from over. Don't go anywhere. We have full first half reaction and more right after this short break.
It's true that a Windermere agent's client decided to experiment with power washing their deck a day before the house was supposed to go on the market. It's true that he may have accidentally destroyed said deck. Now, you might wonder, how did that deck get torn out, replaced, and stained in one day, in time for the listing to go live the next morning? We'll never tell.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a Bronco Sport Wild Edition for $339 a month for 36 months, or purchase with 3.9 for 36 and get $2,000 wild bonus cash.
Welcome back to the Pacific Northwest, where Spokane Velocity are down 1-0 against Sacramento Republic FC. Let's take a look at what Jägermeister Cup was like back in round 3, because boy, a lot of fun. Take a look. Here's Cabral! Oh, what a fantastic goal! That is spectacular from the Brazilian.
Attack for Birmingham. Back post, Damas plays it across, and Salt closes the door. What a save. That should have been 1-0. Birmingham Salt.
That was your goal and save of round 3, and here is your team of round 3. It is an influx of both USL League One and USL Championship as well. Diego Pepe is one of those from USL League One. Albertiqua, who had a hat-trick in round 3. Rhode Island have been excellent in the Jägermeister Cup. Sacramento Republic will look to proceed to the quarterfinals along with Rhode Island and the likes of Indy 11 as well. Spokane Velocity will look to stop them. Don't go anywhere. We've got more halftime reaction after this short break.
Loose in front, put home! Riverhounds go on top. Warren takes the shot. A banger to put Orange County up 3-1.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. 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 What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
Prinks tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks tires will be there for the long haul.
3 ice-cold Jägermeister shots, please. Those look warm.
Serve it cold or don't serve it at all. Jägermeister. Damn, that's cold.
Sacramento Republic needed a win tonight, and they have it so far through 45 up 1-0 against Spokane Velocity. Let's take a look at what's going on around USL with our news and notes. And the cup draw for the Jägermeister Cup has already happened. Make sure to go check out USL.com for that full bracket. We will also show that to you as well. USL League One have been very impressive, yes, to be said, against the USL Championship sides. Unfortunately, Charlotte are out of the Jägermeister Cup after an incredible comeback by Louisville City against Lexington. 2 goals in the 90-plus stoppage time. Also been a few transfers in and around the USL Championship. Big on Kyle Scott from Crawley Town has joined Orange County SC in their push in the Western Conference. Let's take a look at some of those scores. That big one on the right, Lexington were up by 1-0 going into second half stoppage time. Louisville City came back. Another team that came back away from home was South Georgia Tormenta, who eliminated Miami FC. One performance by South Georgia Tormenta, who have really turned heads in the Jägermeister Cup. And there's still a few more scores to come. There were a lot of games tonight. The one penalty shootout was North Carolina and Loudoun. North Carolina with that extra point. Charleston Battery, they were out mathematically, but they have also upset Tampa Bay Rowdies. That meant that Greenville Triumph won Group 6. So very exciting for USL Championship. 2 other games still going on as well. These are those quarterfinal matchups. The 2 wildcard spots will be against the Group 4 and Group 2 winners. Still a few spots yet to be confirmed. Those 2 games still going on. We will find out who will be the winners of those groups. And it's been a summer of lots of soccer in USL, but there have been a couple guys who have needed to get away from their club teams and play for their international sides. Take a look at some of those from USL.
The 2025 soccer summer has provided big moments on big stages, and the USL has played a major role. June's CONCACAF Gold Cup included a dozen current players from USL clubs, 9 from the Championship, 3 from League One. 7 of those players logged a total of more than 1,000 minutes. Las Vegas Lights' Edison Azcona scored a goal for the Dominican Republic, and the player that grabbed the spotlight was Guatemala's Rubio Rubin. The Charleston Battery forward scored and assisted a goal in a must-win match against Guadalupe, but Rubin was not finished. A perfect header in Guatemala's quarterfinal match against favored Canada set up a penalty kick shootout upset. League One's presence was also felt in the Gold Cup. Portland Hearts of Pine's Natty James played more than 120 minutes for Trinidad and Tobago. And it's these kinds of numbers that helped Rubio Rubin decide to return to USL.
Over the years, this league has only gotten more competitive. That creates an environment where, national teams, especially in CONCACAF, call players, playing in this league. In September, Rubin and Guatemala begin their final push to qualify for the 2026 World Cup. 9 more of those USL Gold Cup players are hoping for that phone call, itching to play as many minutes as possible. That's something that is spoken about in the national team always with the head coaches. If you're scoring goals and you're assisting, helping your team, it's going to help you with the national team.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too, for part 2 of their inaugural season. You could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at one Spokane stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit USLSpokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
Jägermeister is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the USL Jägermeister Cup. Take a shot at glory and celebrate the magic of this exciting tournament all year long. Please drink responsibly. Let's take a look at our first half highlights from One Spokane Stadium. And the first goal and the only goal of the half came within 10 minutes. This fantastic ball from the right wing by Jack Gurr to his fellow wingback, Michel Benitez. Header right into the back of the net, and Sacramento were cruising through the first 45 minutes, but they had to be on their toes a little bit because Spokane had a couple great efforts. The first, this one, Andre Lewis off the post, and then the follow-up from Luis Hill. Good save from Jared Mazzola. Certainly wasn't too comfortable for Sacramento. That shot was absolutely wicked from the 30-year-old Jamaican, and there was a good stop by Mazzola from Luis Hill. And then Spokane did find the back of the net, but it was actually called for offside. Nico Brett's great finish into the bottom left corner, but you can see the frustration, the kick into the advertising boards. He was in an offside position, and that meant that the lead still remains Sacramento's, and both teams are almost ready to go for the second half. The other game in this group is already underway between Monterey Bay and AV Alta. We will keep you updated on that because that has direct implications for Sacramento Republic, who at the moment do sit top, but also for Las Vegas. Implications for them as well, because Monterey Bay do win, they will jump ahead of Vegas. And whoever has more goals in those two games between Sacramento and Monterey Bay, whoever scores more, concedes the least, will go through automatically. It's very complicated, and I'm trying my best, but this is what Decision Day in the Jägermeister Cup has been. It has been very, very fun. So many upsets, a lot of really great soccer that we've had across the United States in this competition, in the group stages. And this being the second to last game of the night, it's almost come to a close. But for Neil Collins, it is crucial that they hold on to this win. And in all honesty, it'd be good to get a second goal. Goals haven't been tough to come by, but it's been a bit more of a problem than at the other end. 5 clean sheets in 7 for Sacramento. They have been excellent defensively. That's why they are in the top 4 in the Western Conference. Spokane Velocity, top of USL League One, have had a little bit of a speed bump, have on paper lost 2 in a row. And looking over their shoulders. Good cross from Oprah. And an early start for Spokane in the second half, causing a little bit of problem. The Sacramento defense, Lee Desmond, with a crucial interception. If you've watched anything from Spokane this season, it's these long throws from Lucky Oprah that have been very deadly. Here is the long throw. Miller was there for the header. Oprah keeps it in. Oprah's cross in. Crucial deflection away by Desmond. Spokane can reset. Hernandez. Cleared away by Gurr. Go out of play. That's a foul and will be a free kick for Spokane on the left-hand side. In a very promising position. Luis Hill tried to be a little bit cheeky and bring the ball a little bit more forward, but still from a really promising position. Fernandez goes to tell his number 10 a few instructions. Now the free kick. Luis Hill. That one's looped to the near post, headed away by Gurr. Luis Hill will come onto it. Up against Parano. Fernandez, here's cross to the area. The header from Garcia looked very promising, but ended up going wide. It was a good ball in. The second time of asking by Fernandez. It's a bit too much pressure on David Garcia in the end. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Here's Andre Lewis on the right-hand side, looks to play John Brown in behind. Desmond gets there first and excellently gets the ball cleared to Lopez. Now Cicerone. Miller, where it's going to be a foul against him and a yellow card. And it was a bit touch and go of who won that free kick. And you have to say, maybe it's a little bit harsh, especially the yellow card. His third of the season in all competitions. You could hear the frustration from the Spokane faithful. Miller, who's been excellent this season in his second year with Spokane. The partnership with David Garcia has been nothing short of brilliant in USL League One play. Cicerone. Great return ball. Cicerone on the spin. He was in an offside position. Both defensive lines have been very strong and have been good at catching their opponents offside. Cicerone on the turn. And for half a second, I think he might have thought he won a penalty. Spokane, like I mentioned, have been excellent in the league, have been at the top of the table since week 8 of the season. Now looking to respond here. Here's Brett, all the way. Good block by Kleeman. Maybe a little selfish in the end was Nico Brett. He had 2 teammates either side. And it was well read by Freddie Kleeman. 26-year-old from Newbury Park, California, just outside LA County. He's been very strong at centre back for Sacramento. The long throw from Oprah is cleared away. Andre Lewis will run all the way with it back into his own half. A quick reset for both teams. Crosses have been good from both sides, it has to be said. Of course, Sacramento's first goal coming from one. They have the second most accurate crosses in all of Jägermeister Cup per game this season. Spokane not too much worse off. Here's John Brown, cuts to his right foot. He's got options in the middle. John Brown, it's deflected wide for a corner kick. Spokane have been knocking on the door to start this second half. Siobhan John Brown hasn't had as much freedom as he'd like so far, but has found it a little bit more in behind. Causing a few more problems. ICCU corner kick. Luis Hill floats to the back post. Miller. Headed back in by Lewis. Gives it away. Cicerone. Great switch to Lopez. Really good defending by Masango. But Lopez has it back. Lopez, long diagonal switch. Cicerone can't keep it in play. Go out for the goal kick. Scan now and you will win one of 20 unique restaurant discounts. Thank you to Caruso's, the Burger Dock, Flat Stick Pub, TT's Barbecue, Casa Tap House, IHOP, and Method Juice Cafe. Scan the QR code now. Benitez. Nicely intercepted by Lewis. Good turn by Brett. Luis Hill tried to play the return ball. Nearly found him in behind. Nico Brett chases after Mazzola. Nico Brett playing with energy. It's two strikers for Spokane. We might see him, Anwar Pelaez, maybe a little later on, but those two have been fighting for that striker status all season long. Nico Brett, 33 years of age. Just one goal on the season for him. Desperate for that second. They're both a little bit different profiles for Coach Lee Wiedman. Wiedman says that Pelaez is maybe a little bit more chaotic, whereas Brett likes to come a little bit deeper and get more involved and create for others. While he has found the back of the net tonight, he was in an offside position. An update of what's going on elsewhere. Monterey Bay and AV Alta are level at 1-1. So there have been 2 goals down in Lancaster. Cross to the back post and the header from Cicerone. Not enough power behind it. Russell Cicerone, 31-year-old from Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. Scored and assisted in the last win in Jägermeister Cup for Sacramento. That win against LV Lights. Here is Cicerone. Herrera. Herrera brought down. It was outside the box. Just. It will be a free kick from just about 19 yards. Let's take a look exactly where the foul occurred from Garcia. Whoa. It was possibly on the line. The referee, Brad Jensen, said that it was outside. There is no VAR in USL. Across both Championship and League One. But a free kick in the most promising position we've had so far tonight. And surely Rodrigo Lopez and Michel Benitez are licking their lips at this. 6 in the wall. It might even be 5 now in the wall. As Oprah's finding out exactly where he should be placed. It is 6. Blue shirts in the wall for Spokane. Ryan Bilichuk stands in the Spokane net. Lopez up against the wall again. Comes out to Pirano. Stays on his feet. He's got 2 pressuring him. Lewis forces it out of play. Bit of a waste opportunity in the end. Just 11 minutes gone in the AV Alta game. We've had 2 goals. Both came in the 8th and 9th minute. It's quite remarkable. Long throw into the penalty area. Lopez is there. The flick on from Kleeman. Goes over the bar. Might have followed through on Cameron Miller. This will be of a little concern to Lee Wiedman. It was flicked on by Desmond. And all you can see with where Freddie Kleeman landed. He landed right on the right ankle of Cameron Miller. He's back on his feet. Surely will be okay to continue. He's tough as nails. Cameron Miller is someone that Coach Wiedmann says has taken a big step in his second full season, his second full professional season. Siobhan Brown on the right-hand side, cross to the area! And a crucial intervention from Jack Gurr. So close once again for Spokane. It was Akali running in to the 6-yard area. Wicked ball across goal, and Akali got ball side and maybe should have done a bit better. That equalizer getting closer for Spokane. Hill's corner kick. Miller at the back post. And it was a foul. As the cross came in, it will be a free kick for Sacramento. Velocity fans, get match ready with the latest Velocity merchandise. Shop online or in the team store at the Davenport Grand Hotel in Spokane, or scan the QR code on your screen now. As we approach the hour mark from One Spokane Stadium, still the 1 goal the difference. Can Sacramento double it? Good cross from Benitez. Oh, and it's nearly turned into his own net by Andre Lewis. A heart-in-mouth moment. It was another great ball in from the wing-back, and thankfully for Lewis, the ball curled away. The corner kick and the header off the crossbar and cleared away by Garcia. The second time the woodwork has been rattled in this game. Deflected wide. It'll be a throw-in on the far side. Sacramento responding to the Spokane pressure. Long throw in, cleared away by Miller. Comes out to Hill on the turn, and he is fouled, and that surely will be a yellow card for Freddie Kleeman. First yellow card for Sacramento. Luis Hill won the ball well, and then maybe a little bit of a tactical foul for Freddie Kleeman to stop the counter-attack. That's his 5th yellow card in all competitions this season, first in Jaeger Cup. Had 3 Team of the Week nominations as the Californian centre-back. Garcia is questioning whether the ball being kicked away deserved the yellow as well, but Freddie Kleeman, who's played in all but 1 game this season, has been nothing short of excellent. Despite having his left wrist bandaged up, he has been Mr. Reliable for Coach Neil Collins. He leads USL Championship in aerial duels and is 4th in clearances. He played under Coach Collins at Tampa Bay Rowdies in 2023. Also a champion in his own right. He won the Pac-12 championship when he played for the University of Washington, just down the road in Seattle. Total teams in the Jägermeister Cup this season. That's both USL League One and USL Championship combined. It's possible there could be as many as 49 next season with the amount of expansion clubs set to arrive. There may be a couple that might have to delay their joining into the USL system, but certainly will be more teams next season no matter what. A couple even just down the road, like Boise will be coming in. Exciting times in both USL League One and Championship, and more competition for both Sacramento and Spokane. Cicerone floats it to the back post. Benitez Pirano's shot is blocked by Garcia. Benitez couldn't keep it in play. And actually won the corner kick. Michel Benitez's exuberance to keep it in play didn't matter in the end because it took a deflection off of Colin Fernandez there last, as you can see. It will be Lopez with the corner kick. That one's well taken, well drilled, and launched over the bar by Timmer. Another opportunity goes amiss for Sacramento to double the lead. We have substitution for Spokane Velocity. We'll have two, in fact. Anwar Pelaez and Nil Vignoles are the two that will enter. Luis Gil is the one who makes way for Vignoles. That's a direct swap. And as well, Nico Brett directly swapped with Pelaez. A roster that has been built on depth and talent as well. And those are two of the most obvious examples for Spokane. Nil Vignoles, who joined from Richmond, 32 appearances for the Virginia club last season. He's only made two starts in league play for Spokane Velocity. Made one in the Jägermeister Cup. There's been a real threat off the bench and deflects off of the hand of Ishjom. That will be a free kick for Sacramento. Once again from the right wing. They've had a few of those today. The first two went sailing past the back post and weren't threatening enough. Rodrigo Lopez, who has been really good from a dead ball in his career, hasn't been brilliant today, but could that change right now? And grab a crucial second goal for Sacramento. Whip to the back post, Cicerone was there. And Cameron Miller made the crucial intervention. The ball deflects off of the corner flag and stays in play. Akali kept it in and wins the throw-in. A bit of a lucky break for Spokane. They surely won't mind and will look to clear their lines. Oprah's long throw is well noted by both clubs. You can see how far away they are. Good turn by John Brown. He's got a little bit of space ahead of him. He's forced to go back in the end. Oprah, long switch. Pelaez was there. Vignoles couldn't control down. Now Nick Ross. He's the goal scorer Benitez. Cuts inside. Looked to lay it to Sebastian Herrera, but it was a little bit away from him this time. Jome, long ball over the top. But for Akali to chase, Mazzola comfortably collects. It's end-to-end at the moment. Pirano sprinting away into the penalty area. Pirano into the area. Crucial intervention by Bilichuk. Russell Cicerone was there waiting, but the foot of Ryan Bilichuk keeps it level. Pelaez tries to win it off of Desmond. Pelaez keeps it in play. No foul, says the referee. Vignoles doesn't have options in the middle at the moment. Decides to slow things down, let teammates get involved. Vignoles, Jome. Now Lewis. Spokane will look to build. Colin Fernandez. Garcia, good ball to the right-hand side. Oprah, Pelaez! Just over the bar. Inches away from a Spokane equalizer. But Sacramento were inches away from doubling their lead. Great run from Christian Perano. Crucial intervention by Ryan Bilichuk. And then at the other end, Oprah, fantastic ball in. It was slightly behind Anwar Pelaez. It will stay 1-0. Ukebu will be coming into the game for Sacramento. Coming at centre back for Freddie Kleeman, who's on a yellow card. And that will be the likely reason for Neil Collins' substitution. The 18-year-old who has come through the Sacramento Academy. He led all Academy players in minutes last season. He made his pro debut and first start last season in the US Open Cup, and now has become a key contributor off the bench for Sacramento, especially in that back line that gets ever stronger from Neil Collins. Good intervention from Oprah. And also we have Corey Bennett, who's subbed in as well for Sacramento, making his first appearance back in USL after a short stint in the Q8 Premier League for Al Nassr. He comes in at the number 9 position for Sebastian Herrera. Here's John Brown. Feels Spokane's in the ascendancy. Pelaez! Didn't wrap his foot around it enough. But once again, Spokane get closer. Good ball in behind by Vignoles. Pelaez, who has 6 goals officially this season in USL League One, did score 8 in total, 2 of those coming against Westchester before that game was forfeited. The 32-year-old who has had an excellent season, was the April USL League One Player of the Month. He's been excellent this season. Make sure to check out Elite Minds. Unlock your mind, unlock your game. Visit the website today by scanning the QR code on your screen now. Good turn from Lopez in midfield. Perano. Cicerone was there waiting. Bilichuk picks it out of the air. Plays John Brown quickly. Vignoles. Back to John Brown. Low cross, cut out. It stays in play. John Brown back onto it. Here's Vignoles. Deflected cross. Pelaez was there, the header away. And we'll have a stoppage in play. Not sure the reason just yet. And it might be Benitez, who maybe has a little blood on his jersey. We'll have to double check. That is something that the referees do stop for. Brad Jensen giving the explanation to the Spokane attackers, and there's still a little bit of confusion as to what exactly we stopped for. Maybe bloody nose for Benitez. Hard to get a look at the moment, but he has been forced to come off because he's received treatment. And it looks like we'll be able to get back underway despite the slight interruption. 17.5 minutes to go from One Spokane Stadium. Last time they didn't win at home. USL League One, Cicerone. Well won by Miller, and maybe a little bit of a late challenge from Corey Bennett, his first actions as a member of Sacramento Republic. Spent all of last season with LV Lights, did the striker from Jamaica. Had a 6-month hiatus in the Kuwait Premier League. He signed the 17th of July from Al Nassr. He scored 15 goals last season, just 22 starts for Las Vegas. He averaged a goal every 145 minutes, and that's the exact kind of turnout that Neil Collins will be expecting from his team. Oprah wins the goal kick for Spokane. Quick update on what's going on over in Lancaster. It is still 1-0, so Sacramento still in front of the pack in Group 1. No substitution now for Spokane Velocity. It is Bryce Meredith, the Raleigh, North Carolina native, making his 5th appearance for the club. Colin Fernandez will make way. 24-year-old who signed for the full season in 2025 after a short stint with the club last season. Has played his college soccer at Lehigh and Memphis. And he will come into midfield for the final 15 minutes or so. Spokane, of course, have nothing to play for in the cup right now, but certainly would like to spoil the party for Sacramento. That cross straight into the hands of Billichuk. Look at the table. It is Sacramento Republic on 9 points. Monterey Bay behind them in 3rd at the moment on 7. Hard challenge by Benitez on John Brown, and that will be a free kick for Spokane. Joe Benitez, who scored the goal in the 10th minute for Sacramento for a late run into the penalty area at the back post. Can score goals and is a great defender, and that's 2 qualities that are so critical in that wing-back position. Benitez is now playing in his best position, said Neil Collins. And nothing but great words for him and his wing-back counterpart, Jack Gerb. So he's just really lucky to have both of them in those positions, and been pivotal in this great run that Sacramento have had in the summer. On a 4-game unbeaten run in the championship. That will be a foul on John Brown here. It's just Russell Cicerone who was brought down here. John Brown felt it was a little bit soft, and Cicerone thought that it should have been a yellow. 2 conflicting arguments there, it has to be said. Cicerone thought he was fouled then as well. Spokane can't get out of their own half at the moment. Bennett, good switch. Late challenge from Garcia. Cicerone, Corey Bennett. Bennett on the spin. Deflected shot safely in the hands of the goalkeeper, Billichuk. Lovely flick from Lewis. It was just away from John Brown. Meredith. Polias. Taking his space down the right-hand side. It's well defended by Desmond. Mazzola couldn't wrap his foot around the clearance. It'll be a throw in on the near side. Spokane back in Sacramento territory. Jared Mazzola, 26-year-old from Katona in New York. Has been really excellent in the Jägermeister Cup. Has a 90% save percentage in the competition, 2 clean sheets. And the only blemish is that 1 goal against Orange County. Oprah with the long throw. The header from Miller calls Mazzola into action, and he will gladly waste a few extra seconds. Scan the QR code to vote for your favorite Lumberbread co-branded can. The winner can and will be sold in stadium select stores next month. Lumberbeard, your preferred craft brewery partner of USL Spokane. Two players hit the deck, and it will be a free kick for Spokane. Take a look what happened there. It's between Lewis and Lopez, 2 guys in midfield who have battled all night. There'll be 2 substitutions as well for Sacramento. Russell Cicerone makes way, and Rodrigo Lopez, that was his last action of the night. Dominic Vonner will come in. As well as Blake Willie as well, the 18-year-old from Sacramento. Dominic Vonner, 26-year-old from Germany, will look to play the final 10 minutes or so of this one. Blake Willie, the 18-year-old I just mentioned, is somebody that has made a big step up from the academy for Sacramento. And Sacramento may be one of the older teams in the league, but that average is brought down because of the amount of academy players that have made such a difference. Chibi Ukebu is one of them as well, who's on the pitch at the moment, playing centre back. But Blake Willie is another one of those 18-year-olds. Those two have come up through the academy together. Blake Willie was the youngest ever assister in club history, and also the youngest player in club history to get 2 assists in a game. Did that a couple weeks ago against El Paso. Here's Lewis. Joe. Vignoles is there. Came out to Meredith. John Brown. Now Lewis. Lewis again. Spokane want this equalizer, and they can feel it. They can feel it coming. They just need that final ball to be perfect. Good one too. Oprah, low cross. Comes to Meredith. Oprah. Here's cross to the back post. Pelias! Off the outside of the post, and he can't believe it. The woodwork once again agonizing for Spokane. A free header for Anwar Pelias. Inches away. Also got a yellow card for Blake Willie, who has just come onto the pitch. That's just his 4th yellow card of the season in all competitions. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, hear live matches from USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on the Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. AJ Edwards will come into the fray. He take the place of Michelle Benitez. At that left wing back spot, Benitez, who got the goal in the 10th minute for Sacramento. AJ Edwards, who has been Benitez's understudy at that left wing back position. He has only made one start in the league this season. That came against El Paso, from San Jose, California. 22-year-old, his first season with Sacramento. So 6.5 minutes to go from One Spokane Stadium. Sacramento still in front. The goal that they desperately need to hold on to, and the lead they desperately need to hold on to, considering what's going on elsewhere. Monterey Bay and AV Alta still locked at 1 apiece, with about 5 minutes left in the first half of that one. Of course, depending on this result, Sacramento will surely be putting on the TV and watching that game later on. Vonner looked to cross it in. Oprah recovers. Comes out to Willie. Willie strikes it! Into the side netting. Blake Willie still looking for that first goal for Sacramento. He won't be the youngest ever goal scorer for the club. He'll be awfully close, the 18-year-old. Youngest record in Sacramento history is Rafael Giregu, who scored back in 2022, 17 years of age. Five minutes to go in the 90. The Jägermeister Cup final round of group play. This is the second to last game of the group stage in all of Jägermeister Cup, as that is a foul against Sacramento. Spokane have been arguably the better side in the second half. They just haven't been able to put it all together. One ball over the top. Nicely collected by Mazzola. Porano. Vonner. Sacramento inching towards the Spokane penalty area. Cross to the back post. AJ Edwards a little behind it. Good goal kick. Two substitutions now for Spokane Velocity. Rocky Wells and Marky Hernandez each will come into the play. Special occasion though for Rocky Wells, who will make his first appearance for the club. He's the first ever academy player to turn pro out of the Spokane Academy. Played at Meade High School. A special moment for him. For the 17-year-old, will be the fourth appearance of the season for Marky Hernandez, and listen to the crowd's reaction to Rocky Wells' inclusion. Just 17 years of age, a fantastic moment, and One Spokane Stadium applauds a local kid. It's a fantastic community here in Spokane, Washington. It's not just the 509 Syndicate that have done an excellent job, but the entire Spokane group have done brilliantly. Ryan Harnitzo, the managing partner, and Katie Harnitzo, club president. Both have done brilliantly with the club and been able to build on what was such a successful first season in USL League One. Despite finishing 7th in the regular season, made the run all the way to the USL League One final, despite losing to Union Omaha 3-0 on the day. To get that far was a spectacular achievement for an expansion club. It's the first time an expansion team in USL League One has even won a playoff game, let alone got to the final. So it's only onwards and upwards for Spokane. And despite not the most success in the Jägermeister Cup, they did beat a USL Championship side, so you've got to take pride in that. And have competed with the other championship clubs as well, and have been knocking on the door of Sacramento all night long, just haven't been able to find the back of the net. For Sacramento, they continue to build in what is now their 11th year of existence, looking to win the Jägermeister Cup. Good cross to the back post, comes all the way to Gurr. Pirano, nearly got onto it. Spokane try and clear their lines. Jones sends it away. Pelaez shoulders it on. Meredith. Here is Rocky Wells. A fantastic applause that is. What it must mean to that young man. "30 seconds left of the 90. Oprah running out of time. Fantastic ball. Oh, nearly found Marky Hernandez. No go out of play. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball, free to play. Download now. Meredith, no foul. Here comes Sacramento the other way. Bennett gets caught out by Garcia. Will go out of play. AJ Edwards will look to throw it in for Sacramento. Gets the instructions from his coach on the near side. AJ Edwards. He's got a long one. In it comes. Ball is loose. Corey Bennett was up there. Ball still trickling around and cleared away. 4 minutes left. There are 5 minutes of stoppage time. Stoppage time presented by Coeur d'Alene Casino and Resort. It will be a corner kick for Sacramento. You may not know what's going on down in Lancaster. It is still 1-1 in first half stoppage time. As it stands, Sacramento are ahead. They are first in Group 1. Scored 6, conceded 1. And are head-to-head on Las Vegas. But a second goal could be crucial in that third tiebreaker of goals. Corner kick is headed away. Pirano. Now Jack Gurr. Here's cross to the back post. Comes to Nick Ross. Now Edwards. Good turn from Willie. Blake Willie's effort. Sails over the bar. Bilichuk plays it quickly. Kebu. Long diagonal switch. Spokane win the throw, and it is taken long by Oprah. Pelaez flicks it on. He's got Wells with him. Here is Wells. Lewis 2.5 minutes for Spokane to equalize. Can Spokane spoil the party for Sacramento Republic? Vignoles. Deflected out of play. Spokane will get another throw. Rano's got to be careful. Doesn't want to get another yellow card. Another throw in for Spokane. 2 minutes left of stoppage time. Jome. Wells is there. Running onto it is Lewis. Cross to the back post. Goes wide. Sacramento will be in no rush. Take a look at the cross. Rocky Wells, the ball was behind him. It did well to keep the play alive. And the cross from Lewis wasn't the best one. Vonner looked to be in behind. Be a free kick for Spokane. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. One last grasp for Spokane. Jomes cross. Fernandez was up there. Vignoles. It's a corner kick for Spokane. 30 seconds left of the promised 5. Oh, how a Spokane goal now would really shake things up. Neil Vignoles will take the corner kick. Bilichuk is up there for Spokane. Vignoles cross. Marky Hernandez! Saved by Mazzola, who was thinking about going quickly. Now he sends it. Meredith's header. Miller heads it back to his own goalkeeper. We are past the promised 5. Brad Jensen blows the final whistle. Both teams out on their feet. But Neil Collins' side have done their job. It might not have been perfect, but they, as it stands, are in the driving seat to the quarterfinals. Neil Collins, in his first season as the head man of Sacramento, could be into the quarterfinals of the Jägermeister Cup. We've got more after this short break, so don't go anywhere. Full reaction next.
De vez en cuando, todos queremos soltarnos. Solo necesitamos un poco de ayuda. Conozca Un Poco de Ayuda. El Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition 2024 pasa por cualquier terreno para que puedas darlo todo. Obtén una gran oferta en una Bronco Sport hoy mismo. Arrienda una Bronco Sport Wild Edition por $339 al mes por 36 meses o cómpralo con 3.9 por 36 y obtén $2,000 de bono Wild.
When spring 2025 rolls back around, Spokane Zephyr FC will too. For part 2 of their inaugural season, you could witness all 7 spring home matches with a spring match pack. Tickets to 7 fast-paced matches in a fun, soccer-crazed environment at one Spokane stadium. Plus, you'll get season ticket holder benefits like merch discounts, a VIP party, and more. Visit USLSpokane.com to score your spring match pack now.
At Eastern Washington University, students and faculty work side by side to restore a lost prairie and decrease our carbon footprint. Composers are writing music to help us understand how salmon migrate. And urban and regional planning students partner with cities to gather the data they need to address homelessness. Interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world. That's Eastern Washington University and you.
Neil Collins and Sacramento Republic victorious over Spokane Velocity as it stands. They are through to the quarterfinals of the Jägermeister Cup. The play of the match came in the 10th minute, brought to you by Modelo. And it was a fantastic ball from the right wing by Jack Gert. Look at this wicked cross to the back door to his fellow wing back, Michel Benitez. Fantastic header, and it was the goal that made the difference. Spokane had a few opportunities of their own. This is the rest of our full match highlights. This was a big one. At the near post was Masango Akali. Maybe could have done a little bit better. Down the right wing, Spokane kept knocking on the door in the second half. Oprah's cross and a free header, maybe a little bit behind him. Anwar Pelaez, that wasn't the only header he had. He had another one later on, but there was a chance that he would certainly be frustrated with. But this one, maybe even more so. Good ball out to the right wing for Oprah. At this time, it was the perfect header for Pelaez. Goes onto the outside of the post. Just needed to get it on frame. But on this occasion, he couldn't do so. The final opportunity. Goalkeeper was up, and the header at the back post by Marky Hernandez was easily saved in the end by Mazzola. Straight at him, and that would be that. 1-0 the final score. It was a very end-to-end game. Both teams very evenly matched. Spokane Velocity went to toe-to-toe with yet another USL Championship club, but Sacramento Republic have proven why they are in the top 4 of the Western Conference and certainly have their eyes set on not just the USL Championship crown, but the Jägermeister Cup crown as well. Keep an eye out on that Monterey Bay versus AV Alta game. That one over in Lancaster. For our entire crew here for you, for USL, have a wonderful night. I'm Nicholas Whaley. Have a great weekend.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.